When I'm writing and I choose a point of view, sometimes it's almost not a choice. Sometimes a story really cries out for me to be told in the first person or in the second person or the third person. It just occurs to me that way. It feels right. It feels natural. I do find, though, that if I deliberately put a story in the first person, there are pros and cons. The good thing about that is that it tends to feel very immediate to the reader. They can probably enter the story more easily and put themselves or put their idea of the author in the story. The downside of that, comes from that as well, is that if you write a somewhat personal or somewhat truthful fiction in the first person, even if most things in the story haven't happened to you, a lot of readers assume that if there are some correlations between what has happened in the story and what they know of your own life, they assume that it is entirely autobiographical, and that's unfortunate. But I like the intimacy of first person, although sometimes the risk of that is off-putting. Third person to me works well when I want a bit more detachment and I want a more, I guess, omniscient kind of gaze, and when I want to focus not so much on the narrator of the story as on a handful of characters altogether.